we get what he said, but who do you offend? The durag community. Is there like a city where everybody wears durags and they're sitting there in Durag
There's
County?
at least
going,
a Facebook group. There's got to be at
County.
least.
We's offended by his actions out here in Durag County. Like,
joining me right now on the show. God, this has been forever. Jerome Solomon is in the house. Are you in a hotel?
Yes, I is.
Are you shooting a porn?
Right now? That's probably not the right answer. No. I'm going to go with no.
All right, this is we can just
not
end this interview.
Shooting a porn, no.
Answer right now. Like, you would have really been crazy if you went. No.
My man Remy suggested I put on a robe and lay in the bed and connect with you. Dude. I was like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. That would have been amazing. Just have like one leg hanging off the bed naked. Just that's outstanding. How you been, dude? We hadn't done this in a minute. Good. It's good to have you back.
Good, yeah. You were gone, so.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Jerome Solomon brought to you by the AP Law Group now. Fancy pants, aplawgroup.com, 713-913-GO-AP. If you've been injured in an accident or your family has suffered a wrongful death, give them a call. So we haven't talked. We have a lot to discuss. I have a question for you. I thought, I brought this up to the chat and everybody this week, but this is a perfect conversation for Jerome and I to have on this show because, a lot of times we will talk about stuff like the following. What do you make of Bob Brenly's comments about Marcus Stroman and the Durag and Tom Seaver? I want your thoughts on it because I'll be honest with you. I just asked the black delegation of Barry on Deck. I was like, I don't know. As a comedian, I see that and think, all right, not the most well executed joke, but I understand what the premise of the joke was. Like it would be ridiculous for Seaver to wear one of those.
I didn't hear it. I just read it. Why was it a
So
joke?
he basically
said,
so
what made you, no, I know what he said. I'm saying, but what makes you think it was a joke?
Well, that's a joke, good question. I mean,
you said it's a joke. Like I said, I didn't hear it. So if he was saying it laughing, then it's a joke. But from reading it, it didn't sound like it was a joke. He was saying the guy doesn't respect the game, But like I said, I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking that it was a smart ass comment about him being disrespectful to baseball.
Right.
I took it to mean like it would be ridiculous that Tom Seaver would be wearing a do-rag.
No,
and so it was the absurdity of the fact, like, a joke can be clever, it can be smart or absurd.
But the joke can be, the butt of the joke is Tom Seaver. Here's a joke could be, I'm making a joke that Tom Seaver wasn't cool enough to wear the do-rag, or the joke can be, you're a piece of crap because you wearing a do-rag and Tom Seaver wouldn't. There's two opposite ends of the same quote unquote joke. If it's a joke, I didn't even know it was a joke. I thought he was just making a comment.
I took it as a joke.
Seaver. He was talking about the other dude. He wasn't about Tom Seaver.
And that's a good point. That's a good perspective. And that's what I asked. I was like, what did I miss? I want to find it for you. Do you want to give me a second? I have it. It's on one of my show prep docs. I have the link to it, but it was, I took it as such. It didn't sound like he was being disrespectful, but then again, I may be naive to that. You know what I mean? Like that's why I asked. Cause I was like, look, what is it about this that would be considered or is offensive? And you bring up a good point that, it's that he wasn't making a joke. He was saying that Marcus Stroman is disrespecting the game for wearing that. And right. So that's different. So let me find it here. Here we go. I got it. Here's the link. I'm going to share my screen. It's going to put us, that did not work. Let me go back here real quick. All right, 1 second. I'm going to add you. I am now going to share my screen. And of course it's not coming up. We'll give it a second. I'll get it pulled up. But I think you do bring up a really good point about it. I didn't look at it that way, which is why I asked. So, sometimes people don't know. I just want to know what the difference is. Okay, here it is. You ready? You there?
Yeah.
Okay, here it goes. This is the comment that he made. Let's unmute this.
Turned into a tremendous.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's developed, and it's turned into a tremendous pitch for him.
Pretty sure that's the same durag that Tom Seaver used to wear when he pitched for the Mets.
You heard it?
Yeah. I mean,
sounds like a joke to me. I took it as a joke. I might be wrong.
I'd have to hear it again, but no, I did. Like, well, I don't know the guy either, so
yeah.
You know, I know. Like, if I had said that, it would have been obvious. If I was making a joke, it'd be like, looks like, you know, I'd add something to it. He said it plain and clean. I don't know. I'm. It's so unimportant to me. I don't give a fuck.
Right?
But,
no,
so I didn't read the aftermath. See what he said after. What did he say? What did he say it was? I'll take his word over everybody else's, over mine.
Yeah, he tried to say. Well, he just apologized for you know, what his offensive comments. I mean, I don't think he tried to defend it. I had just a blurb on it where he's basically taking a leave of absence.
But you're asking me a question. I'm saying, like, you're asking me the wrong question then, because did he apologize for the joke or did he apologize for an offensive comment? That'll tell you whether it was a joke or not.
That's a good point.
If he didn't even use the word joke, how you gonna call it a joke?
Well, I mean, I didn't read.
He didn't even say it was a joke.
Honestly, I saw the headline where he stepped down, but I didn't read his apology. It was like, you know,
yeah.
So I don't know. He may have said joke.
That's kind of important, you know.
It is super important. Yeah, no, it's a good point. Shut up.
I mean, so you decide we want to discuss it. You know, as a radio man, as a journalist,
no,
hold on. You do a little research before you just start talking.
I'm not a journalist. So here we go. I'm sure his statement is.
Hey man, what about the Paris Peace Accords? You know, you really want to get into something deep.
You know, blood diamonds are crazy.
I haven't done any
what do you know about blood diamonds? Here's his quote, because I didn't read it. He said, "I want to apologize."
And you're just gonna keep on going.
Well, we got to put a bow on it.
Damn the heckler! I'm gonna keep going with this.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna run this.
I'm a trained professional. I'm a trained professional. I'm gonna finish the bit. He just said, "I want to apologize again for my insensitive reference on Wednesday, as it does not reflect my values or who I am. Beginning today, I have voluntarily decided to take some time off to listen, reflect, and devote my attention to awareness training related to diversity and inclusion to enhance my understanding and appreciation of others." So somebody obviously wrote this for him. I plan to return to the booth next homestand. Yeah. But he said it was an insensitive reference. I took it to be an absurdity that Tom Seaver obviously wouldn't have worn something like that. But
I mean, no, that's the dude is wearing a durag to protect his dreads. So Tom Seaver didn't have dreads.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think it's over the top or anything, but I don't think he was trying to be funny. I think he was trying to make a comment of look at this fool and look how they look today compared to how they used to look back in the day, 40 years ago.
Yeah, and
that's what he was saying.
That would be offensive. So, that would be very offensive.
And what the aftermath of that is, or whether he should step away or what, I don't care. It ain't all that deep. It ain't all that serious, but it ain't all that deep either.
True.
We know what he was saying, what he meant, but he ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
He ain't ruined nobody's life.
So
he ain't cost nobody no money. I mean, like,
true.
When people get into especially when they say an apology for everybody who I hurt. Well, you ain't hurt nobody. You just said something. But
you just said something offensive. Yeah. Well, I mean, some people,
and man, I'm not offended in either, but no. I think the word gets overused. But what he said, we get what he said, but who do you offend? The durag community. Is there like a city where everybody wears durags and they're sitting there in Durag
There's
County
at least a Facebook group. There's got to be at least.
We's offended by his actions out here in Durag County. I'm saying, like, who? I want to know who. That's what I'm like.
I want to go to Durag County. That's where I want to hang out.
All of Durag County. We gonna march on Washington. That's what we gonna do. We're going to have a Durag march on Washington. That's the only way to get some respect for the Durag County folk.
I'm so glad, by the way, you said Durag County, because if I said Durag County, I'd be having to step away for insensitive comment.
A joke is a joke. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Everybody look now. The chat's like,
you gotta be funny.
the chat's like, true. Yours was well executed. His not so much. I get it. What do you? There's a lot going on in sports, Jerome, and maybe I'm just on my own on this, but I just feel like there's nothing. I mean, the NBA playoffs now with LeBron being bounced and Dame saying he needs help, and Luka and the Suns. There's interesting storylines, but I don't know if I'm fully 100% back to super into sports guy. And maybe that's just me. I mean, what's really got your attention right now?
Well, it's this time of year too. That's part of it. Like if you're not really driving into the NBA playoffs, then right now is a dead time. Baseball is just, baseball. It's always there, but it's still early. I mean, we just got into June, but that's odd thing. Somebody texted it to me today. I hadn't thought about it, but I'd have to look at it exactly. But we can go all the way back to the 70s, I think. Without let me look it up exactly.
Oh wait, you brought up something, you don't have the research?
No, I have the research.
No,
see, I don't have to go. Let me share a screen. Let me click it. Let me unmute it. Let me hang Jerome around here for 8 minutes while I look for this useless ass audio about this joke about durags that nobody gives a shit about.
I swear, you're never going to be the mayor of Durag County, ever. I'll make sure of that.
The last 30 NBA finals, right, included at least Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, or LeBron James.
Wow.
So for the last 30, we had that huge of a superstar in it.
Wow.
This year,
no.
Ain't gonna be none of those since LeBron is out.
Who's the biggest star left? Is it Durant or Harden?
You don't have I guess, Harden and Durant. Probably best two left. I mean, and
Giannis ain't there yet.
They're not beloved or anything either. And the Nets, as much as people want to hate on them, it's just been one season, so they haven't built up the anger and hate toward them. But also, there's no other team that you're like, oh, wait till they get to Golden State, they'll fix it. They'll take care of us. So you watch it build toward. There's no building toward anything in this playoffs right now, and it's been boring on top of it. There's only been a couple of good games. So
my favorite moment I think is just Trae Young bowing in the middle of Madison Square Garden. Oh.
No, that was sweet. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And Dame lighting it up the other night was really good too. But there hasn't been enough for that.
Those seem to be few and far between, right?
You would get past that if Golden State was like they were 3-4 years ago, and if LeBron, you knew he was going to the finals like he's done 10 years in a row, and that's all gone. So it's kind of a bit of a reset for now, anyway. What do
you make of the silence? All quiet on the Western Front with the Texans and Deshaun and everything. I am not hearing or seeing, and hell, my barber is Deshaun's barber. There's nothing going on. What do you make of that? Are we going to get something soon, or are they just like, whatever,
no,
this story's not important
just the way
anymore?
It works. I mean, no, they've got depositions of the plaintiffs, and starts in August or September or something. I mean, that's just how legal. You've been arrested. You've been charged. You know how it is. You don't just get arraigned and then the trial starts next day.
Excuse me? I have never been arrested, and I have never been charged.
Right. You ain't black. I forget sometimes.
Wow.
I forget. My bad.
Wow.
You ain't got no cousins or nothing.
I mean, today is the birthday of my foster brother who passed away.
You don't understand the legal system. Oh, man. It don't work like that. It don't work overnight, white man.
I hate you so much. Oh, my God. I don't know what to do.
Man, I gotta get to work, man. I got important things to do.
No,
the reason I'm here is I'm interviewing a bunch of NFL Hall of Famers who are in town this week.
Oh, really? Can you share with who? Who? Can you give us one name? Give us one.
And Heisman Trophy winners as well.
And this is all going to be on Texas Sports Nation?
Yeah, and some other stuff that we're putting together and over the course of time on in depth on AT&T.
Nice.
It's like John Randall, Eric Crouchier, Heisman winner.
Nebraska,
Got
right?
Dr. Billy Sims, yeah,
Nice.
Oklahoma Billy Sims, and
Yeah.
a few more coming up here today. So that was good stuff. I love those old football stories. You can't get better than some of those. The John Randall was really hilarious. He has some classics, pretty
That's
good
great.
stuff.
Well, listen, how can the people follow you, Jerome? Tell them where they can see all of this stuff that you do on a daily basis, because I know you're super busy.
At Durag Solomon on Twitter. That's where you can get all my stuff. Blackmanarrested.com is where you can get all, what's going on next.
It's ironic that this segment is brought to you by the AP Law Group.
What a coincidence.
I'm surprised you haven't been like, oh, you got to get a lawyer when you bring the black man on? Huh?
That's obvious. I felt I didn't even make that joke. You gonna sponsor my segment with a lawyer? Damn.
At least it wasn't bail bonds. Y'all, that is Jerome Solomon. I appreciate you, homie, man. I missed this. Thanks for coming back.
Later, bro.
All right, that is Jerome Solomon. God, that is so much fun when that dude is on this show. Daddy's making a YouTube video.